My name is Zenja Dunn. I am a board member here for Signs of Hope for the past 8 years. I became involved around 8 years ago. I am a survivor of childhood rape and molestation and came into acknowledging it probably in my 30s. And at the time I lived in Los Angeles, was doing radio out there. And it was a center, much like at the time the Rape Crisis Center, now Signs of Hope, that helped me come to terms with acknowledging what happened to me and then offered services to assist me in my healing. So that's what got me involved. What I would hope that everyone learns, I'm gonna say that because I don't expect everybody to know anything, is that sexual assault happens on many levels to anyone. It's not about race or gender or any of that. From someone in the highest corporate office to someone possibly homeless or what have you. It knows no bounds on who it strikes. And having a place that has resources, that people understand, that where you're welcome to discuss it, who's gonna hold your hand past any kind of legal situations or issues that you have, is necessary on all levels. For humans to have access to that is essential in community.
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions off script.
No. What happens to a lot of people, especially if it's happened in your childhood, is the first people that whether you tell somebody or not, the first people you have access to is your family. So in our family, it was one of those secrets. So until I confronted the person who perpetrated, let's give it that. Because in my mind, I'm like, don't give him that much power. But the person who did it, I didn't do that until I was in my 30s. So once that happens, you kind of rip the Band-Aid off and things start tumbling out. And understanding as an adult now that it's just because it happened 15, 16 years ago doesn't mean it's not present in what you're dealing with today. So I did not have a space like that at the time. Once I acknowledged it and realized it, I happened to be a part of a program where I was mentoring Black and brown girls in the inner city of Los Angeles. And we had therapists as a part of what we did as far as mentoring. And because there was a center like this in Los Angeles at the time, I could gain that information. But no, I had no idea. Shock and awe. This is what I think happens. It happens under a veil of silence, but people can see who you are becoming. People can see signs of things that they feel maybe aren't quite right. And we don't know what happened to them as they're rearing their heads. I tell people I had the benefit of coming up in the Oprah era where we do talk about those things. So being the person in my family to break those chains of silence was huge, but it was also triggering for the family. It was triggering for the people who had no idea that this person was doing that and how many other people that person affected. So for a while, it was, it was challenging to get through. So my family, I have the benefit of the fact that we talked about everything and steps were taken once people knew to make sure that person could no longer be a part of it. First and foremost, I would not have felt like I was alone. I would have come to a place where there are people who have survived maybe similar situations. Secondly, I would have started my healing journey sooner and possibly not affected other people, from the fact of being unhealed. And it always speaks through your actions, through how you react to things. So that's possibly how it might have been different. That there is no getting back to normal. Your normal is new. And for whatever reason, what has happened to you is absolutely not your fault, but now a part of your journey. And you owe it to yourself to get to whatever place of healing is for you, and understand that healing is continuous. There is no end. There is no I'm healed. Because situations, we're still interacting with people and discovering who we are in this journey called life. So be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself, and be committed to being in a better place. Until recently, I'm going to say in the last 5 years, we didn't really talk about this openly. It doesn't mean that it doesn't affect people in your life that you know right now. So whether you can lend a helping hand, supplies, give of your funds, that every dollar goes to someone, goes to the system that aids people in healing and getting back on their feet, at least where it comes to their emotional, physical, and their spiritual health. So if you want to be a part of that for this community and humanity, then give all you can. Life is hard. Surviving this kind of trauma is hard. So we need your help. Any way that you can assist by giving of your funds or your time would be greatly appreciated and useful to the world. Thank you.